What's up, YouTube? Coming back at you again. I want to talk about something we all um, dread, unfortunately, and that is the dreaded friend zone, right? What I want to talk to you guys about that, why I want to talk to you guys about that today. And before we get started, if you could like, share, and subscribe to this video, I'd really appreciate it. Really help me. Really want to build this channel. But anyway, let's jump into the topic, right? The dreaded friend zone. So why do guys find themselves in friend zones, right? Honestly, I feel like it is for lack of a better way to describe it, it's the fear of losing out on this opportunity. Let me break it to you guys. The opportunity's already gone, right? If you're in the friend zone, it is damn near impossible to get out of the friend zone, right? And why do I say it's impossible to get out of the friend zone? A woman knows whether she's going to give you some when she first meets you, right? So if she decided, that you're only good for being her friend, that means, you're her emotional tampon. You are her, as my man Steph Cole would say, you're her beta male orbiter. You are going to be someone she can call on when she needs something from a man without giving anything feminine in return, right? But speaking as a guy who's been in the friend zone before, yeah, I think majority of guys, I can't say all, I can't speak for all guys, but I think majority of guys have found themselves in the friend zone when they really didn't want to be there, right? And like I said, how does this happen? All right, and sometimes women put you in there and you thought you had a shot. This does happen, but you see a woman, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't go off. It doesn't. You don't connect, or you fumble the ball somehow. And when I say fumble the ball, that means you did something that turned her off, but you didn't do enough to be a creep, right? So you were like, she looked at you and said, well, not a bad person. You know, I could get some things out of him. And he doesn't creep me out, so I don't mind being around him, right? So you fell into not good enough to sleep with, and he's not a creep. You're in that area. That's where you are. You're in the middle of, you know, purgatory, right? You're not moving forwards or backwards. And if you do too much, you might end up becoming a creep. And that is the fear that guys have, right? So once you're smack dab in the friend zone, you're like, well, damn, if I'd say anything to try to get myself out of the friend zone, I might become a creep. So you just sit there and you just hold your tongue forever, right? And she kind of keeps you in line because when you joke about it, she's like, oh, you're funny. Oh, that's cute. No man wants to hear all. No. Now, you say all the puppies and babies, all right? So the moment she say, you try her, right? You say something slick, you say something, in a sexual nature, in a sexual manner, and you try to throw it as a joke, whatever way you say it, and she says, "Oh," or "You funny," you're in the friend zone, bro. Unfortunately, that's where you are. If she says "Oh" or "You're funny," when you're trying to shoot your shot, you're in the friend zone. What I would recommend, unless this particular person is providing equal value to you in return for being in the friend zone, and what I mean by that, she's taking you out, she's spending her money on you, and she's trying to actively, like a friend would, get you laid with her people she knows, right? That's a friend with a benefit, right? Not friends with benefits. That's a friend with a benefit. Because if the thing about it, guys, when you have your friends, right? And if you're really a friend and you're a true friend to another guy, and you know a girl likes him, or you know a girl that he can get with, you're gonna, hey, bro, I know this girl. My girl got this, her friend, and she's bad, and I think she might be into it. You're gonna set that up, right? But if you're dealing with a female and she says we're friends, but she ain't trying to hook you up with nobody, and she wants you all to herself, that means she don't want to share your male energy with any of her friends because she's like, I got it too good over here. I know if he starts paying you guys attention, he's gonna leave me paying. He's gonna, stop paying me attention. So, and I had that happen. Quick story. I was dealing with a friend of mine, and and it was kind of a weird situation, right? At first, when I met her, didn't want to be, didn't want her. I thought she was crazy. She was attractive, but crazy, right? And you guys know that. And it's like, at that particular time, I was a little bit older. So I knew, and we worked together. And I knew that this would be a bad look for me to deal with her. We worked together closely, and I was a little bit older, so I got all that out of my system by trying to screw everything that walks in my vicinity. So I was a little bit wiser in my choices, but she, like I said, she's still attractive. And we became, cordial and became associates. We would go out, and the reason we became, more friendly was because when we did go out, she would bring her girlfriends around and try to put me on, or she would pay if we went out and let's say I bought the drinks, she's buying the next round, or if she didn't have any money that night, she's cash apping me or giving me money the next day. Hey, thanks for looking out, right? Now, herein lies the clutch. Even though we were friends, she's still a woman, right? She's still a woman. One of her friends, I guess she thought was a little bit more attractive than she was, tried to get with me, and she shut it down. She shut it down. And that's when I knew. I was like, you know what? That's why you can't be friends with females. Because no matter what, and I don't think she liked me like that. She may have. And, I found her attractive, and it was, kind of waves or circles. It was like, I might find her attractive, and then she might do something later on that I might just like, ew, this is why I don't do anything with you. And I guess vice versa. I'm sure these things were going through her mind as well, right? So we rode that roller coaster. But I had to still realize she was still a female. And she still wanted my male attention because the guys that she dealt with weren't always up to par, right? And what I mean by that is they were younger guys, because she was a younger girl, and they didn't have any maturity, so they weren't stable. Who could she rely on if she needed help or something? Me. So I gave her my non-sexual energy, and she was used to that. She was like, well, I don't have to, sleep with him for him to be a good dude to me. So I don't want someone else to take that away from me, because if I lose his male friends, this is what I'm imagining she's thinking, because the way she shut it down. And I even tried to hook up with one of my friends, and she didn't want that. She was like, no, we're friends. I don't want to meet any of your friends. And then from that point, she kind of shunned her friends away from me. It's kind of weird. But I go off on that tangent because even though I was in, their friend zone, it was weird. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a friend where we're only, friends to a certain extent, right? I don't want to be friends with somebody that only wants me to themselves. Like nobody, even if you're a male friend, I don't want that. And I bring that up because, females are more likely to be very protective of their beta male orbiters. And I mean, she may have saw me as a beta male. Maybe that's why she didn't just, throw it at me. I mean, I thought I made it clear that I wasn't interested in that, but she could have also had the same idea. Like, well, even if you're not interested, I wouldn't give it to you. Who knows? But women are very protective over their beta male orbiters, right? And she's not going to want to share her orbiter with someone else that can possibly take that orbiter away, because what happens if her friend gets with me, right? Now, the time that she gets to call me and say, hey, I want to hang out. I'm like, I'm busy. Hey, I want, can you pick me up? My car broke down, or, because these things would happen. Whatever the case was. I can't. I'm tied up. Now she loses that privilege, right? Because she wants to have that and not have to deal with anything else that comes with it. Because, whatever the reason may be, she's like, I don't want him enough to give myself to him completely. So I'm just going to keep him around. I'm going to be a friend, but I'm going to keep him around without actually being more than that, right? So like I said, the only way you get out of that, if it's even possible, you got to bring a badder chick than her around. That's the only way I got out of it. And I mean, by the time I did that, I was definitely not interested anymore, and I was all into the woman that I was, dating at the time. Um, but that's the only way I got out of it. And it's funny, is that's the way I got out of all of my friend zone situations, right? And I wasn't even aware that I was doing it. It was because me personally, the way I acted, like I would have a crush on someone, and they would put me in the friend zone, and like all guys here, we think that, well, maybe if I say this, or maybe I say that, or maybe if I do this, I'll eventually will come out the friend zone. Never happens. It never happens unless she sees someone else that she values more than herself with you, right? Can't be you. Money won't even do it. You start getting money, you start looking better, you can start winning at life, driving a better car, all that, and you think, well, now she see me, she gonna want me. No, she doesn't, because she still thinks you have that same mentality that she did when she saw you. Whatever that was unattractive to her when she first saw you, money, looks won't change that, because she knows you now, because you've opened yourself up to her being around. She's always going to see you as that guy because you've allowed yourself to be in that friend zone, right? The only way you get out of it is if you bring someone that is way better looking than her. Now she's going to look at that woman she deems as higher value than herself and say, what the hell did he do to get her? Did I have this, man under my nose this whole time? And now, he's got this chick. What did he do to get her? What am I missing out on? Is he that great in bed? Is he showing? Is there another side he's showing this woman that he didn't show me? I'm confused, guys. Happens 100% of the time. 100% of the time. I've had that happen to me more times than I can name. And the funny thing about it, by the time it happens, I don't care. And that's the beauty of it. Like, if you actually go out there and get a chick that's hotter than your friend that you've been friend zone with, you don't care if she wants you now because you got someone hotter. So it's funny that the only way to get out of the friend zone is to get over her with someone that's hotter than her, right? So what I suggest to guys is don't even allow yourself to be in the friend zone in the first place. Even if she's not attracted to you, don't hang out with her. Don't spend any time with her. Don't spend any, and I quote a lot of people. I've listened to a lot of these guys. Like AMS would say, Alpha Male Strategies. Don't give her any of your non-sexual energy, right? Don't. Just don't. You're not losing anything, I promise you. I give you an example. There was a girl that I met. I say girl, but my future. This is my future lady, my lady that I'm with right now. I met her. Couldn't get with her. Right? She was booed up, and however, they hit you with the friends thing. She was trying to hook him in with her other friend or whatever, and I was like, you know what? I want you. Flat out told her that, right? I am attracted to you. If this isn't going anywhere, if we are not going on a date, it's just me and you and not your friend, then I don't want to date. I don't want to do it. So fast forward, I went on with my life, and, I dated other people, dealt with other people. Every now and then I'd reach back out. Hey, ready to go on that date? Oh, no. All right then. Peace. I did that because I knew once I was in the friend zone with her, because of my past experiences, and it's funny because, I met her around the same time I met the other young lady I was talking about who I got in the friend zone with. So I didn't need any more female friends. I was good on that. Right? So I learned that lesson right then and there. I was like, you know what? I'm attracted to this one. I don't have any, things, in my way as far as why I wouldn't talk to this person. If they're not willing to talk to me, as far as, what they got going on in their life, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm just going to be their friend and listen to the drama that they might have with their boyfriend. No, I don't care about what you got going with your boyfriend. If this isn't going anywhere, I don't want to hear about it. If the conversations are not going to lead me to getting with you, I'm good on the conversation. And what it ended up happening, and you know, she'll tell you this, is because I wasn't ever in the friend zone, when the opportunity presented itself, I could move in. You know, I moved in. You know, it'd be better not to waste your time. I mean, and that happened because obviously, you know, she was attracted to me and I never, you know, got in the friend zone. But it'd be better if a woman's not attracted to you to just not deal with her. Man, there's so many other things you can be doing with your time than spending your time with someone who's not into you like that. Instead of you spending your time with her, go get a chick that's into you. You know, go to the gym, go to school, do something else. And then to waste your time spending money on someone you think that, oh, well, eventually you're going to have a shot. Because I promise you, bro, I promise you, you don't have a shot. You don't. So you're sitting there day after day, year after year, pining over this woman, thinking that, well, why don't she see the man that I am? She does. She's just not into that man. Plain and simple. So guys, do your favor. Do yourself a favor. Don't get in the friend zone. Don't entertain being in the friend zone. You don't need female friends. You don't need female friends if they're not, like I described earlier. If they're not equally, you know, spending money on you. They're not trying to equally get you laid like your homeboys would. If they're not trying to help you succeed in life, because I'm sure there has to be, you know, situations like that. Because even the girl that I was talking about earlier, we had issues with, that I had issues with, she actively tried to help me succeed in life. She actively, when she wasn't in her moods and wanted me to herself, actively tried to get me laid with other chicks. But like I said earlier, she's crazy because her mood would change. Some days she would, sometimes she would be into having just us time. Another time she was like, this is my homegirl. I think you like her. It's crazy. Like that's why I'm glad I didn't mess with her. But unless you have a friend that's going to be looking out for you like your male friends do, just move on, bro. And that's so few far in between that it's not even worth it to even contemplate, right? And be honest, if I'm around an attractive woman, we're spending time together, I want the opportunity to do something. Like, we can still be friends and in my dirty mind, we can still be friends and, have some extra benefits as well. So I don't want to be around someone that I find physically attractive or, God, over the damn hill attractive and I can't touch you. No. I'm not going to torture myself like that because I don't care who you are as a man. If a woman's attractive enough, you will find yourself, and this is, speaking from experience, even if you don't want her, and because of whatever red flag she has, you spend enough time around an attractive woman, you're going to start convincing yourself, well, maybe. Like I said, speaking from experience. My friend that I was talking about throughout this whole podcast, she's attractive. She's very attractive. And even though eventually, initially I was like, nah, hell no, she's crazy. The more time we spend around each other, I get to see her dress up and go out and do all these things. I'm like, I wouldn't mind. And therein lies the problem. Because now you're in the friend zone. I'm in the friend zone now. I can't do nothing. Because if I say something, she's going to laugh it off. Or if she says something and I'm not in that mindset, I'm going to ignore it and be like, she's just playing. So it's just a weird dynamic. Just avoid it altogether. Anyway, guys, if you find my content interesting, please like and share this video. If you don't find my content interesting, comment why you hate me in the comments below. And we can get this party started. Anyway, this is Building Better Lives podcast, man. I appreciate you guys listening to me. Will be more videos coming soon. Thanks.